Hello everyone, Hunter Pinks here, back with a review for y'all. Everybody to be here with a reviewer by, it's well said done the review here. Today I'll be having a TV series reviewer by, so Bill also did one of those there. So anyways, everybody, today everybody, I'm gonna be doing a review for Rick and Morty. Uh, everybody, I've been following Rick and Morty for a couple of years there. Been wanted to do a review for a series as a whole there for a while, but I wanted to wait until I get a chance to watch all the episodes for season 5 there and the other half of season 4 because those were the only episodes I haven't caught up with there. Yeah, so kind of lost track there. Control the show there around the second half of season 4 there, but I recently had a chance to watch the second half as well as the entirety of season 5. So yeah, sorry, Hiccup there. What trying to control here, but anyways, everybody, had a chance to check out episodes I missed there, as well as the first 3 seasons as well there. So now I had a chance to check out the whole series. Everybody here to do a review for Rick and Morty as a whole. Everybody, so whether if I'll do reviews for future seasons, everybody will wait and see. But these are my thoughts for Rick and Morty as of for seasons 1 through 5. There, the recent season, my time was recorded here, so yeah. As usual for my reviews, everybody go plot summary there, pros and cons, and my overall thoughts there, recommendations, so yeah, let's go get right to it, everybody. Plot summary by, I don't necessarily need to explain much for Rick and Morty there, in terms of overall plot there. Follow the eventual Rick Sanchez and Morty Smith there. Grandfather grandson duo there, going crazy adventures there, their own universe as well as other universes as well there, so where they're a different version of them, whatnot, so yeah. So yeah, that didn't have too much for plot story everybody. So yeah. I'll go right to the pros and cons everybody. So yeah. Sorry, what the burp there. I said I'm trying to control here. But anyways, alright, let's go get right to the pros and cons everybody. So the pros everybody. Everybody, I remember, before I watched Rick and Morty by, I remember people say it's one of the best adult animated shows to air today. There's that, so whenever I had a chance to check it out there, wouldn't see even live up to expectation there. So, and we have so when I first watched it there, yeah, I really enjoyed Rick and Morty when I first watched it there, and I still do enjoy it there, but I can't share the whole series there. I do have some criticisms there, but we'll say overall, Rick and Morty is a very enjoyable show there. So for pros, everybody, I'll still start with the smallest one here. That'd be the animation there. I think the animation be consistently good throughout the entire show there, but even the first, yeah, even the earliest animation, like the first couple seasons there, that were pretty good, So yeah, overall animation wise, the show was pretty good there. That department, Next up, everybody, the other pro everybody is the cast of characters. Everybody, um, I like the cast of characters for Rick and Morty. There, can't necessarily find anybody I dislike except for maybe one character. Gets at the cons there, but majority overall, everybody, I feel like Rick and Morty has a very enjoyable cast of characters there. And they do a good balance in terms of focus the main characters as well as side characters as well there. So yeah. Um, the next pro for Rick and Morty by is the comedy by everybody remember different people, about some other animated shows there like Family Guy and Simpsons and some other ones there that the comedy's been they pretty much done all they could with the shows there and stuff like that, and jokes they come with nowadays are aren't as funny as they used to be there. They're very repetitive there, so that compared to other animated all adult shows there, all adult animated shows there. Rick and Morty's comedy definitely breath of fresh air compared to them there because the writers do a very good job. Consistently put out very very funny jokes there, and keep the comedy fresh stuff out there. But and Rick and Morty overall is a you know different things are pretty ridiculous there. And the writers know that there, they take advantage of that there. And make the best of it there to make it entertaining for the audience to watch there. So, like overall, the comedy wise, the people working on Rick and Morty did a very good job with the comedy there, and definitely a lot better compared to other adult animated shows there. For people that are people that don't have issues with shows like Family Guy, Simpsons, and other stuff. Shows that been around for a little while there, and I got very repetitive there. That they aren't as funny or entertaining as they used to be and stuff like that. There, in terms of comedy there and stuff like that. So overall, the comedy department there, Rick and Morty gets a thumbs up for me there. The last pro I will give Rick and Morty by is that the writers do a pretty good job in terms of storytelling there. While it's not necessarily the major focus on the show there, they do take time to you know make sure that the plots have people overall plot for each episode have people's attentions there, and also make sure to do a pretty good job in terms of long term storytelling stuff there. But so and so far they've had some pretty, for the most part they've had some pretty good payoffs there. Especially with the last season there. With season 5, won't go into major spoilers here. Those who haven't seen um the 5th season there. But for those of you who have been curious of like the overall story in terms of relate to Evil Morty there, but for those who don't know, Evil Morty is an evil version of Morty there that first appeared back in season 1 there. Um, at the creator that the people working on the show end up that who have a big impact later on the show there. Um, and well, it ended up coming at the season 5 finale. There, it was quite the big payoff there, and it's definitely interesting to see what's going to be happening going forward. Rick and Morty there after the season 5 finale. So yeah. So anyway, overall, for the most part, there I do feel like they do a pretty good job with storytelling for the episode, or maybe short term like the episode, or or long term stories there. So they have with the show. It's yeah. So yeah. Everybody, that's pretty much all the pros I will give Rick and Morty by now to get some of the cons there, criticisms I have for the show or what about. Um, anyway, we'll go ahead and say everybody that so I do think overall Rick and Morty is a very enjoyable show there, but it's not a perfect show there, and there are some things there that I'm gonna give criticism to or to and stuff like that. So yeah. Well, the first criticism everybody, which is probably the only kind of like long, like multi-season storyline that that they had going on there. I didn't really enjoy that much there. That's the relationship between Beth and Jerry there. The first couple seasons. I remember. Yeah, I remember when I first got to watch Rick and Morty. That was pretty much the one big thing keep people here, criticize about there how they were not too fond of the relationship between Beth and Jerry there, stuff like that. And after looking back on it there, yeah, I do think those criticisms were warranted there, as I feel like yeah, I felt like it got very probably the closest, probably the one thing in the show that in terms of long term stories that's been going on. I got very repetitive there. I mean, now part of me gets it there because because they're trying to hit eventually the eventual divorce that happened in season 3 there before they got back into the season there. Which I mean because the clothes thing that Rick did with that when Beth made when Rick made a clone of Beth there, but wasn't too sure if he's in the closed space or if regular Beth is with Jerry there or whatnot. So yeah, which was kind of a shoehorn way to get Jerry and Beth back together there at the end of season 3. So, so yeah, like I said, everyone, the overall, I guess, tension, animosity between Beth and Jerry there, it got very repetitive there, and and ultimately, at the end of season 3, it ended up becoming pointless there because they ended up divorced at the beginning of the season there. Only have, writers having kind of a shoehorn way to get them back together there. Yeah, yeah, for Rick make, because Rick ended up making Chloe there because Beth wasn't too sure what she wanted to do there and stuff like that, and either the Chloe to Beth or the regular Beth is Jerry there that should have just felt the failures for Jerry get despite everything that happened between the two of them there and stuff like that, and all the arguments they did seasons 1 and 2 there and stuff like that, even going with that therapy session there where that one guy said that there is absolutely no way to save a relationship and stuff like that, felt like it was kind of a shoehorn way to kind of get the two back together, all the after all the I guess build up they had there to get a divorce there, they just kind of get back together there and stuff like that, and now. Uh, what's the point of doing all that there if you just got a short a reason to get them back together there, so yeah. Like in terms of, I guess, all the long term storytelling that they did there, that's probably my least favorite there out of the ones they've done. Everybody, while I did bring this up in my pros, everybody that the writers, do take advantage of the ridiculousness there. And for the most part, they do a pretty good job with it there. There are times when they get a little too ridiculous there, where it's like, okay, you could dial it back a bit there, Couple examples there I can name on top of my head. Well, of course, there's a pickle Rick thing. So, although which was the well, you know, I mean, for first watch it there, it was funny there, and and Rick, kind of makes sense with Rick's character there because he always wants to challenge himself there. The terms of pickle there, I guess, kind of makes sense, but uh, well, while I can still probably enjoy if I just do the just turn off your one of those things. You just turn off your brain there, just enjoy the randomness there. I just like wonder how did that end up becoming one of the more popular jokes of Rick and Morty there, the pickle Rick thing. So, but and there are also some other stuff there that happened. Well, that does get a little bit uncomfortable there to watch there, but a little weird, a little too weird there. Not the good kind of weird. Um, I guess I would probably I can't I think for what I remember, I believe this was one of the season 4 episodes there where where Rick where Rick and Morty sort of went on this planet there, and well, at least Rick and Morty get taken control by these like they're kind of like the face huggers for aliens there and stuff like that. But they gain some, they learn to talk there, stuff like that. There, they summer and they build their own civilization there. But the face huggers on Rick and Morty there are still on stuff like that, on them and stuff like that there, And later on the episode there, they have so they have Billy's brother. They have the two of them end up kissing there, and I get that they're. I know it's not actually Rick and Morty there because it's technically the face huggers there that have relationships with one another there, but I just felt like that scene was the bad kind of weird there because you know because they were using Rick and Morty's voices there during the dialogue, and they in a way they had a grandson and his grandfather make it out there, and I felt like that was too gross there, I mean, so a little bit too gross for me there, And then there was the for season five by you know there was one episode there that got a little too ridiculous there where Morty which I'll get back to Morty a bit there about as some criticisms towards his character a little bit, but uh one of the episodes of season five there, Morty was with his mom Beth, and she's got a job as a horse heart surgeon there, slant there. Then there's this machine that ends up collecting the sperm for horses there, and Rick it was using for something there, but Morty was curious about the machine, so he ended up using it there. So and they ended up creating giant versions of his sperm there. Uh, they end up becoming intelligent and whatnot there and stuff like that. They eventually worked together with the U.S. government in the show there, and needed to use one of Summer's eggs in her to kind of lure the sperm there, and almost all the sperms are destroyed there except for the one that Maury saved early on there. And ended up going inside the egg there. They launched it in outer space, and it and they ended up producing a giant incest baby there. Yeah. So I mean, I mean, uh, I feel like that was kind of like the one big thing in season five that was kind of push it there in terms of ridiculous stuff there, not the good kind of ridiculous. And then there was and then for last example, might be the first, you know, couple seasons by now. I will give some credit where the writers, did use this to tell some good long term storytelling, development for Bird Person, who was one of Rick's friends' characters there. But But when you really think about it, there, it is a little creepy there. Those who remember there, Bird Person got together with Tammy there, who revealed to be an agent for the Galactic Federation, who's one of the major antagonists of the series. There, Phantom. Um, and her and Bird Person got into a relationship there, got married, but then Bird Person got killed there. He got turned into a cyborg by the Galactic Federation there. So that, but there was one thing there that kind of, you know, trying to get put, ignored there, but was a little, definitely, a little, uncomfortable there. Sometimes, more think about it there. That's, it's confirmed to show that Tammy's around the same age as Summer, who's Maury's older sister there, and she's around 17 years old. And Bird Person, I can't quite remember his age there, but I believe he's somewhere in his 40s there. So there's a little, so uncomfortable age gap there, as well as Bird Person taking a hook up with a minor there, stuff like that. So even though his fictional character's there, still uncomfortable. Yeah. So what's really thinking back, And the later scene there, Bird Person should have feelings for Tammy there, so that and to end up having a baby together there, so that which was revealed in season five when Rick went by inside Bird Person's head there, so that and restore his consciousness, stuff like that there. But so yeah. Well, like I said, there was some good long term, good development there with Bird Person character there. So that I'm not too sure, it's debatable whether if it was worth it or not there, considering we factor in yeah, Bird Person was much older than Tammy there, so yeah. So everybody, it's pretty much all the stuff there. In terms of examples of the show being a little too ridiculous there, not the good kind of way there. You know, there have been too many instances of that there, but the ones that do get a little too ridiculous and not the good kind of way, definitely very weird and gross once you really think about it there. Now, if you just turn off your brain to it there and, don't pay much attention to it there, then, it might be okay, but for those who, you know, don't want to watch much of the show because of that stuff there, I understand, so yeah. Everybody, next up, everybody is kind of like the lack. Yeah, and next up, everybody is next con. There is the lack of, I guess, development for some characters there, but they kind of remain the same. Mainly, really talk about Jerry and Morty there, but and Morty obviously does have his moments there to show, I guess, development of his character there, but. But the writers, one thing that the writers of the show do constantly go back to there is, Tori being a teenager there, 14 years old there, being horny and stuff like that. And well, and Maury's, you know, I understand, yeah, we were all teenagers there and stuff like that. I understand, I understand, different, people doing different things there, when they with their feel with the hormones flat there, but some of the stuff they got Maury doing here, just to try to whether be having feelings for a girl there or feeling horny there, it just got very ridiculous there. I mean, I remember, about past year or two now, the term simp has become popular there, which for those of you who are too familiar with what a simp is, there is basically when an individual there, usually a guy, ends up having a strong feeling for someone there, usually a girl there. They usually, have an unhealthy obsession with the person, to say the least there. So, and I've been seeing some people call Maury a pretty big simp there. There are definitely moments of the show where he, where he kind of fits the bill there. Probably the best example there will probably be his probably the season 4 premiere episode there by where he ended up having a death crystal attached to his head there because him and Rick were collected them there for some reason. But Rick tells Maury that the death crystal show you different ways how you can die there, so that and Morty ends up seeing one part where he ends up, where he's old there, and and one of the girls he has a crush on, Jessica, was telling him that she loved him and stuff like that there, and Morty got very obsessive there. And killing Ray the Price from progress there, and the hologram Rick was trying to get Morty to bring regular Rick back to life there. Um, but Rick was going through ultra universes there with clones, machines, and whatnot there because Rick destroyed his original clone machines there back. I believe it was sometime around season 2 there. So I rerouted him to different universes there. So you remember what Maury pretty much went nuts there, but he ended up yeah, but attacking different people there, and attacking police officers. And pretty much collected all of Rick's gadgets there, so that to cause chaos there, so that all this to try and make sure he has a future where him and Jessica get hooked up there. They die, yeah, they end up dying and stuff like that there. With Jessica saying that she loved him and stuff like that there. So yeah. There are other examples there. That's probably the biggest one there. and there are elements that and there's some stuff there where Morty, now Horty he gets there, but of course I already brought up the whole him using the machine that collects horse bird there. It lets the whole other thing there. There was also episode. Remember, I believe it was sometime in season one there where he ended up get a sex machine there, ended up producing an alien hybrid baby. I guess alien hybrid baby there, but Rick told him that they get very strict. The males that get very strict there, so Morty tried to keep it in there. So yeah, so he ended up learning different things about parenthood there, but yeah, I could name more examples by that sort of some of the big ones there. I can remember off the top of my head there. As for Jeremiah, I don't necessarily go much in detail with him there. Yeah, I mean, I sort of remember what. Anyways, Jerry, he's a very he's shown himself to be very pathetic in the series there. So that he doesn't necessarily do and doesn't do much to change. He does have some brief moments there. But it doesn't necessarily show doesn't necessarily learn from anything there. And he's being pathetic there. So that he's pretty much become the equivalent of Meg for in terms of being a punching bag character. The punching bag character there. But unlike Meg, there it's more justified his case there because they've done much to Jade and hasn't done much to change up his rotation or his character there. So that these were the show there was the show there. So that some of the main characters there. I like the villain in certain areas there. Or in Jerry's case, pretty much ready to save there and become punching bag there. So he's probably the least favorite character of the main characters there in the show. Yeah. Um. Ooh, sorry about the burp there. Whatever the last criticism I'll have for Rick and Morty by not necessarily a major one there, but kind of more related to some of the finales are by. I felt like overall for the track record there, Rick and Morty, writers Rick and Morty there, the creators, the people working on it there do a pretty good job with with endings a big way for the season there. So but there have been a couple times there they just kind of lackluster finale there, but probably probably the weakest ones by opinion are seasons 1 through 3 there, but the season 1 finale was kind of treated like a regular episode there, and it just ended with the dance sequence with Rick Morty somewhere there after they had a big party there, and Rick just says that's the end of the season, people. Yeah, but I let that slide there. So it was the first season there. So, but season 3, while it's not a bad episode there, compared to the other finales of the season, finales of the show so far, it was probably the most lackluster there. And it was kind of like similar to season 1 there. Season 1's finale there was just kind of treated like a regular episode there. The other real things that kind of were going on there, where with Rick and Morty having issues with the president of the United States there, the U.S. government. Well, Beth was contemplating whether she was actually cloned or actually her there. And like I said before, kind of shoehorn, got shoehorn the relationship again back together with Jerry and Slayat. So yeah. So yeah. It's whatever it's like whatever there back together people there and they're back together no really big event happening everybody see you for season 4 so So yeah. Alright, well, that's pretty much all the, I guess, cons and criticism I got for Rick and Morty by on my overall, thoughts and recommendation by. So overall, everyone, while Rick and Morty is not a perfect show, there definitely has some major criticisms there. I have given it there. It's still a very enjoyable one there. It's definitely one of the better adult image shows out there. So now, of course, the show, like I said, the show does get a little ridiculous in some areas there. You know, which and for some people there, I know may not want to watch it there. Yeah, dude. Yeah, there's some of the stuff they pull off here, but but if you don't buy that stuff there, just ignore it. And you'll have a relatively good time watching the show there. I do think the pros do outweigh the cons there. So yeah. So my overall final recommendation, everybody, those you are new to my reviews, everybody got 5 different scores there. There's the must watch category, which goes to some of the best movies and shows I've seen there. Watch category, which goes to things that are pretty good. Then there's the rating there, which goes to things that are just okay. Then there's the ignore rated there, which goes to different things that I don't think are that good. Then there's selected burn rate, which goes to some of the worst fours or tape I've seen and want people to avoid like the plague. Rick and Morty by it'll begin to watch it rate for me there, but I wonder if this will become one of my favorite animated shows over time there. We'll have to wait and see there. It's still a very enjoyable show. I definitely want I would definitely recommend this to other and over other adult animated shows there, like Family Guy or Simpsons there, so yeah, if you haven't checked out Rick and Morty by if you're curious there, I recommend checking it out sometime there if you can. Sorry, give everyone for burping there. So yeah. Anyways, everybody, pretty much wrap up my review for Rick and Morty by. Um, Stay tuned for the next video, everyone. Until then, if I saw, make sure like button, new channel, subscribe, notification icon so makes the uploads. I'll see you all next time. Until then, it's our big sale. Peace.